Alright, so we're getting a lathe, and I've got to squeeze it in along that wall. Turns out the whole assembly is going to be about 20 feet long, and the shop is disheveled. We moved the manual, got it wired in, and that's working. However, I can't find anything. I'm demoralized, and so I decided it was time to make one of these. Yeah, I'm getting ready to assemble this engine. Pistons are 81 millimeter, hence the engraving. Now, let me show you how this thing works. Basically, when you have your end gap, you want to time the end gap. So the first ring will be 180 from the second ring, and then actually, let's see, am I thinking about this right? The end gaps, you want them 90 degrees from each other, and that's what these timing marks are. So basically, I've got this gadget. Now, I know they make ring compressors, but one thing that I hate about those is you never know what those freaking rings are doing once they get shoved in the hole. So check this out. You line up the gap, and down it goes, and you can kind of see that right there. And then let's see if we can get a shot of that. You can kind of, I think you guys could probably make that out, but there's what the gap is. And so basically what I want to do is compress the rings and confirm that the rings stayed where they were. Now, I don't think it matters. I think that when the engine's running, the rings are moving around, and they probably get in line, and you know, things just happen. But I figured, you know, if somebody wants to geek out, and today was a perfect day for geeking out. Let's try that again. Just shove that down there. Kind of line that up. Boom. Anyway. So, I think it would have been cool to be able to put marks on the side. And again, totally overkill, over engineering it, but it gives you a chance to see what's happening before they slip into the cylinders, and they will reside in those cylinders. Wow. And this is the 20B silver top 4AG. I've got new rings for this guy, and I want to show you something else. I notice a lot of guys like to manually remove those. I like these tools. I have cut my fingers on rings. Oh. I'm going to try and make this look graceful. There we go. Yep. Boom. So, there it is. I don't put any markings on these rings. We got another gadget. This one we made a while ago, and what was going to happen was there was going to be fingers that cammed in. You had this thing that you would turn, and that would draw them in. Total overkill, like over the top overkill. And anyway, we can use this for checking end gap. Just pop that sucker in there. Let me show you. It's on the surface plate. Get it in here. And then what we do is just butt it up to the surface here. That way everything's nice and parallel. And right there is where you'll check it. I used my my gauge pins to check it, and I can tell you that was measured 15 thou, which I think most people go for 10, and I think 10 is plenty enough. The only caution I would throw out there is I've seen carbon fill up in here, and when these thermally expand, it's not a lot because it's cast iron and the CTE of cast iron is pretty low. However, you could bind them up and trash your cylinder walls, I imagine. But that carbon has to pile up in there while the engine's cold. It's a small amount, but I don't know. I don't think it hurts to run it a little big. There you go. So that's how I'm killing time today with my fun little ring compressor. There you go.